Alright, the Black Ops 7 beta is officially over by the time I'm recording this, and I'm gonna give my honest thoughts and reviews on it since, I played it, I was there, give you guys my experience on it, give you the pros and cons for multiplayer and the zombies since I did play both. But yeah, honestly, let's just get right into it. I'm gonna start off with multiplayer and then we're gonna do zombies. So the pros for multiplayer. I think one of the pros for multiplayer is definitely that the maps are colorful, they're vibrant, it's easy to see people, and overall the looks of them, I really like how they look, especially the Toshin map, the Japan map, the Cortex and Forge map. Those maps look really good. They're bright, they're vibrant, they're not like the previous CODs where maps were just gray and unsaturated. And honestly, they feel good too. I think the maps definitely feel good, except for the snow map. I forgot the name of it because that's how bad it is. Every time I was in a game of it, I backed out of it. But yeah, I think every map so far plays good, some better than others, but overall I'd give the maps like a solid 7, 8 out of 10. Next up, we have the gunfights. I think the guns in this game, obviously there's going to be the meta, there's going to be some guns that are worse than others, but I think overall, balance-wise, I think the guns are all like fair in a gunfight. I love the gunplay in this game, especially with the wall jumping and the movement. We're gonna get into the movement later. I think the guns in this game they feel good. The recoil is very controllable. They honestly look good. So I think when the full game comes out, we're gonna get pretty good camo coverage with them. And I think the TTK with them, it's a little fast. They can maybe dial it back by like half a second or something like that. It's nothing too crazy. There were definitely times where I couldn't react, but at the same time I could tell the enemy wasn't able to react. So I think the TTK is definitely in an okay spot right now. Next up, we have the kill streaks. Do the kill streaks feel rewarding? Do they feel worth it? Absolutely. Absolutely, the kill streaks feel worth it, even with the overclocks as well. The overclocks only make them better. Dog, the Rhino, the VTOL, the Gravemaker, that sniper that you could see literally through the map with. Everything feels rewarding, it feels powerful. When I get a kill streak, I'm definitely excited to use it. I think the one thing I could say about them is the RCXD is a little hard to control. I don't know if that was just me because I was on controller, but the RCXD is a little iffy to control and I was definitely struggling with it. I even drove it off the map once. So yeah, I think that's the only thing they should fix. Next up, we have the matchmaking. I'm gonna be honest, when the beta first came out, those first like day or two of the closed beta, the matchmaking was horrible. SBMM was kicking, it was getting me. SBMM was getting me. So yeah, I would do good one game and then my next 5 games would be awful. But on the third day of the beta, they added the open matchmaking, which is basically, they removed SBMM finally after literally like 5-6 years of dealing with it. It's finally gone. So yeah, when the open mosh pit came out, I was consistently doing good in games. I was having a much more enjoyable time because I'm gonna be honest, when SBMM was the only thing there, I wasn't having a good time. But when it got taken out, I was definitely having a way more enjoyable time. The next pro is actually the attachments in the game. I love that all the attachments feel like they have a purpose. I wasn't sticking to one attachment. I was definitely finding myself, like when I unlocked an attachment, I wasn't just keeping one attachment until I unlocked another one, like the final attachment. Like for example, in Black Ops 6, I would use like the starter barrel because it was pretty decent. And then every barrel after that, except the last one, like didn't benefit me how I wanted it to, so that I would just use the same barrel until I unlocked the last one. Each attachment actually has a purpose, and more than one attachment helps with one thing. So there's not just one barrel helping you with damage range, there's multiple barrels helping you with damage range, and that honestly feels really good. And that elo sight was like the only sight I was using. It's probably the best sight in the game. Something else I liked in the beta was definitely the movement. The movement felt more refined than BO6, especially with the wall jumping, and the Omni movement felt better than BO6, so I'm definitely going to say that. Because I know BO6 was their first attempt at Omni movement, so obviously it's going to be more refined in BO7, or people would hope so, and I think they did just exactly that. Yeah, the wall jumping felt good. The being able to jump up to higher heights by double jumping felt good. Sprinting backwards, sideways, diving, sliding backwards and sideways felt really good, better than BO6. The last good thing about the multiplayer that I personally can say is the HUD. I think the HUD felt pretty clean. I didn't feel like there was too much on my screen covering it. Like it didn't feel cluttered. It felt clean, it felt sharp. It definitely felt out of the way. Alright, now for the cons of the multiplayer. Firstly, I gotta say the spawns. The spawns felt like they were flipping too easily, or they felt like they were all over the place, because they were 50% of the time that I was playing, I was running around the map trying to find people, and spawns were constantly flipping. It's not like I was running into the enemy spawn flipping them, like me flipping them. No, I would be running around like the middle-ish of the map, a little bit-ish towards the end, and I could just find no one for like a minute straight, and then I get shot behind. And then I'd repeat that process over and over. There would be times where I would be the entire game like that, and I'd get maybe like, I'd barely crack the double digits in getting kills, because I spent the whole game looking for the enemy. So hopefully in the full game they fix the spawns to be like more tight and not as all over the place. And another thing I noticed literally on day one, all the good perks are in the perk 1 slot. So I found myself using Fast Mag, one of them, because that was really the only one that seemed like it was worth it. Dexterity, and I think Tac Mass, something like that. Those are like the only 3 perks I found myself using, because all the good perks that I wanted to use were in the same perk slot. So I'd say hopefully move those around a little bit, because all the other perks aren't really that worth it unless you're going for like specific type of builds. But really there's only like a few specific type of builds I could think of if you're like a melee only person or something like that. My next con has to do with the perks again, and Dexterity definitely feels like a crutch perk. Without Dexterity, the movement felt a little clunky and slower, but with it, it felt normal and how it's supposed to be. So I'd say up the movement to what it is with Dexterity, or like half of what it is with Dexterity, or like 3/4 of it, because without Dexterity your movement is definitely going to feel off and wonky. My next con is the menu screen. Please fix this menu screen. It doesn't affect gameplay directly, but it's so boring to look at. My character just walking endlessly, the camera following them, and then they randomly run off when we start the match. Just fix it. Change it to something that actually means something to the game mode I'm playing. Alright, now moving on to zombies. Fortunately, I don't have any zombies gameplay to show here, so I'll probably put someone else's gameplay or gameplay of just a whole different game. My first pro for the zombies is, it's an iffy pro, the HUD. The HUD is the multiplayer HUD, so it has the pros in the sense where I feel like I could see the game. It doesn't feel like it's all over my screen. I just wish it was more zombified. There were rumors, now I'm gonna hold off on this saying it could be more zombified, because there were rumors saying that you can change it in zombies to like old zombie HUDs, but if they aren't true, this is an iffy pro. My next pro that they did is the box change. First off, with it being in the Dark Ether, they could use whatever they want, so having the Origins box is pretty cool. The weapons in the box and what's in the box, they took out all kill streaks, and they made it so that when you actually get into the higher rounds, the lower rarities will fade away, so you're not going to be round 30 getting a green gun. You're going to consistently getting purple, and then legendary, and then the chances to get a wonder weapon even increases higher. So yeah, the box change, the box is definitely more viable. It's more useful now. I found myself using it a lot, actually. Instead of just buying a weapon off the wall with wall power and hidden power, or just spawning in with the weapon and using that for the entire game and upgrading it. The box is useful now. The next positive change in zombies is round end protection. So let's say you have like a turn zombie, or you have Wisp T activated. If there's one more zombie in the round and you're trying to do an Easter egg step, or someone has to go do something and you don't have the pause timer, your turn will either just die out, the Wisp T will just not attack the zombie, and the only way the zombie can die is from you specifically, so you have to be the one to kill the zombie. Anything that's AI controlled will not kill the zombie, and that's an amazing change, and it's going to be so good for Easter egg hunting. The next pro is the Zersa. I think the Zersa is a really good boss zombie. He's intimidating, he's strong when he spawns, and it's like, oh shit, the Zersa's here. In the earlier rounds, if you get lucky with the Mark II or you use hidden power, he's definitely easier. 40s to 50s, when you get up there, he's definitely more, you know, you gotta use a bit more skill with him. The next pro, it's a small pro, not even gonna talk about it long. The ammo crate change. They changed the ammo crate to fix the theme of zombies more, which is good. It's Mr. Peaks, it glows, it's zombies themed. Next type of change they made is the armor change. You know, quality of life change. You no longer have to go to specific wall buys for armors. You know, if you want to get tier 3 armor, you don't gotta run around the whole map. If you see a tier 2 armor, if you buy it on the wall, it'll turn into a tier 3 armor. So that's really good. So once you buy tier 2, you could go literally to any armor wall buy and get tier 3 just like that. Another change that they made is exfil. We are no longer using Raptor 1, so it doesn't feel Warzone-ified anymore. It feels like zombies. You use the yellow phone booth from the Cold War trailer that Samantha was in, you activate it, you fight a Zersa, you're stuck in a bubble, and then once you beat the Zersa, you teleport to the Revelation safe house, which is honestly really cool. And I like that they did that a lot. Next thing that they changed for the good is training. Training zombies is actually possible now, and there aren't 100,000 super sprinters that are just completely on your ass the whole time, and I really like that. Next up is the map. Obviously there's only one map, it was farm, but honestly I think for the map that it is and what it's supposed to be, it's pretty good. It's a casual survival map, but I think I was definitely having a casual time on it. It was, you know, relaxing. It's like the town of the game. It's like the BO2 town. It has the cool little small side Easter egg of the garbage can. You get salvage, a ray gun. The next pro, the new perk. They finally added a new perk. I don't even remember the last time we saw a new perk. Cold War was the last time we actually saw a new perk, and that was Elemental Pop. Once you do a certain amount of damage to zombies, a wisp will spawn, start damaging them. The damage increases as the round goes up, so it catches up with the round you're on. I think overall it's a good perk. Obviously we have the base version of it, so we didn't have the best version that it could be. But the augments that we did see for it, I think it can be a really good perk. So I think I'm going to put that as a pro. We got a new perk. Alright, now the cons of zombies. The bad, the ugly, the Doppelgast. When you reach round 40, Doppelgast starts spawning in. Why are these things back? I think behind amalgams, they are probably the most annoying boss zombie. The slowdown effect, it's just annoying. When you kill them and you can't get close to them, it's just annoying. Their speed, it's just annoying. I don't think anyone wanted them to return. I don't think anyone wanted any sort of Black Ops 6 boss zombies coming into BO7. So the next con is too many Ravengers on max ammo rounds at once. And if you don't know what I mean, I'm gonna let this clip explain it to you.
Wanna bet? They're touching me! How many? Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, you see what I mean? Even in the games that I played when it was like on like the 30s and we got a max ammo round, it was crazy. They all spawned so fast at once. I was hitting the box and they completely overwhelmed me in the box room. It was actually crazy. My next complaint about zombies is salvage is very hard to come across. I don't know if it's just because it's the beta and we didn't have the attachment to increase the salvage rate, but salvage is scarce. If I wasn't using hidden power, I found myself just hitting the box for a legendary weapon, even a purple tier weapon. Yeah, unless you're spending your salvage on literally nothing, then yeah, I guess you could use the armory to upgrade your tier to legendary on your weapon. My next con with zombies is that there's too much to spend points on. There's way too much. And what I mean is, let's break it down. Pack-a-puncher, 50,000 points. And if you want to do that twice with both your guns, 100,000 points. That's 100,000 right there. Getting your perks, I think that's around like 63,000, something like that. 163,000 points right there. Hitting the box, it's 950 each time. Let's say, I don't know, I was hitting it a lot in my game. Let's say you're spending a good 20,000 on the box. 183,000 right there. And then the doors on the map. For some reason, the doors in this game are crazy. Starting doors being 2,000 points. That's insane. So let's say on farm specifically, 6,000 points on doors, $189,000. But needing to save up that much, it's too much. And on Ashes of the Dams, with how big that map is, you're probably gonna be spending 20,000 on doors. So when Ashes of the Dams comes out, you're at least spending 250,000 points. I know it's not going to be a change, but the way I would change is stop making us spend 50,000 on pack-a-punch. Either tone it down or just get rid of the tier 3 system completely. Just put it back to 5,000. Because spending 50,000 to get my gun to the highest damage it possibly can, to me, is crazy. So I say tone it down to where we'd only need 30,000 to get tier 3 in total, or maybe 35,000 in total, because spending 100,000 points on 2 weapons alone, that's a lot. My next con is too many perks. Now, I don't mean this in the sense of there's too many perks I feel overpowered. I like feeling overpowered, I really do. I mean this in the sense of there's too many perks. What else can Treyarch add? Will they even add perks? New ones? Or even returning ones, because right now we have 12 perks in the game. I don't know how it's going to work in the HUD, if they'll just go under each other or they'll overlap each other. Unfortunately, how it stands right now, I don't see Treyarch adding any new perks or returning perks. which really sucks because I want to see more perks come to this game, but there's already so much. So I don't know what they could do to fix that. I doubt they're going to add a perk limit. I don't know. I guess they could just go the route and say, fuck it, we'll let you guys be as overpowered as possible. I wouldn't argue with that because it's up to the player to limit themselves. You know, you can limit yourselves however you want. If they go the route just saying, screw it, game's going to end with 16 perks, 18 perks. I mean, okay, if that's how it's going to be, then that's how it's going to be. But right now, I think there's too many perks, and I really don't see them adding more perks, which sucks because I don't want this zombie's life cycle to go entirely with just one new perk that we saw in the beta and not even the base game. So once the game comes out, it's not even going to be that new. My next con, everyone saw this coming, the pause timer. 15 minutes is not enough. It shouldn't be a timer at all. It should be, I pause the game indefinitely. It unpauses when I want to unpause it. That's how it should be. If there's going to be a pause timer, it has to be more than 15 minutes, more than 30 minutes. It just has to be more. The pause timer has to go. So yeah, overall, I think I definitely enjoyed the Black Ops 7 beta. I think so far it's a good game. Every game has their pros, every game has their cons, every game has stuff that needs to be fixed. So yeah, it's honestly all expected with any game that comes out to have pros and cons. I really hope that most of the cons I mentioned in this video do get fixed by the time the game comes out, or in between the life cycle of the game. But I think overall I'd rate Black Ops 7 a solid 7 out of 10. Could become an 8, could become a 9, could even become a 10. Yeah, those are my overall thoughts of the Black Ops 7 beta. Can't wait for the full game to come out. I hope you guys enjoyed. You know, make sure to like and subscribe. See you guys later.